of a friend of mine who came into this country from Guyana probably over 10 or 15 years ago, came on a K-3 visa, was able to get a work permit, but wasn't able to complete all the paperwork filing.
Right.
Because the ex-wife at the time took all the paperwork and didn't do the filing.
Okay.
Now he's divorced from her, but is now remarried. Could you just advise me on if there's anything that could be done?
When you come on a K-3, it's a visa to come to the United States to wait for your green card in the United States after your U.S. citizen spouse filed for you. As part of the conditions of coming on the K-3, you can only adjust your status in the United States based on the marriage to the U.S. citizen spouse who sponsored you. So that gives the U.S. citizen spouse lots and lots of power over you when you come. Because if they hide the paperwork and don't file anything, then you're screwed. He could have filed in a VAWA abuse case within 2 years of the divorce. I assume he's divorced more than 2 years because you told me this happened a decade ago. So
Correct.
Assuming he's remarried now, the spouse would file a visa petition for him, would file what's called a provisional waiver. And a provisional waiver is a request to waive the 10-year bar if he were to go back to Guyana to pick up a green card, because he's stuck in Guyana for 10 years if he leaves. You do the waiver while in the United States. People say, well, what's a waiver? The best way to think of a waiver is it's requesting the government to forgive you for living undocumented in the U.S. And if you get that forgiveness, that waiver, then you can go back to Guyana without fear of being turned back. He'll be interviewed in Guyana, and he'll be interviewed on, are you in a bona fide marriage with your current wife? Were you in a bona fide marriage with your prior wife? Do you have a criminal record? Did you ever lie to the government? And assuming everything is okay on all those 4 questions, he'll be back with a green card in 2 weeks, as long as you leave with a waiver.
Would your recommendation be to use an attorney or go ahead and file?
Absolutely. No, if you need a waiver, you need an attorney. I have never in my career seen somebody file a waiver on their own and get it approved. Ever.
Okay.
I'm sure it happened, but I've never seen it.
Can an adult child file for a parent in this case?
No.
A US
when you come on a K-3 visa, you cannot adjust your status unless it's through the wife or the husband or the spouse, whatever it is, who brought you here on that K-3.
Got it. Okay, thank you so much for your help.
So you need an I-130 and a waiver, and you can't even get a waiver through a child, so it has to be through the spouse.
Through the spouse. We can call your office to start the process on this?
Absolutely. Hold on one second.